Good afternoon, fellow goblins and hobgoblins, and welcome to the second annual Miss Frankenstein contest! In just a short time, here on the great stage of the Hauntatorium in Panic City, we will witness the crowning of Miss Frankenstein of 2017! We've all enjoyed our time in Panic City for the past few days, where we've all been royally entertained by the most hideous, the most gruesome, the most diabolically gifted specimens of female ugliness ever to be presented under one roof. The semi-finalists we have before you here tonight are unquestionably the most frightening array of female spirits we have ever had the privilege to introduce. But before you meet these 8 lucky unlovelies, we wish to present you with our distinguished judges who have given so unstintingly of their time and effort in the all but difficult task of selecting Miss Frankenstein. For our first distinguished judge, we introduce a gentleman who needs no introduction, the patron of the lost himself, Mr. Satan! Our second judge is no less distinguished in his own field of horror literature. We wish to present you with that famed split personality, the demonical Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde! And for our third and last judge, we have chosen one whose qualifications for the job at hand spring from his own experience. We wish to present you with that well-known literary creation and beloved star of stage, screen, and television, the original Frankenstein Monster!
We love you!
Frank! Oh, there he is! Come on up, Frank!
My fellow monsters and sister Hams and Helmets, greetings. I am overwhelmed by this ovation. The credit for all this, belongs not to myself, but to my designer and creator more than 100 years ago. Little did she know that by destroying her hero, she would create 1,000 monsters that would add the delicious terrors, tremors, and traumas of the entire human race. And today, we will bestow the Frankenstein crown on the female monster most worthy of this classic name. No one could have worn this diabolical diadem with greater horror than the winner of last year, Miss Witch of Wichita. But this evening, a new lady will take on her place, on the stage and in our hearts. To speed that exciting moment, I say, on with the show!
Thank you, Frank. And now, if Madam Scaramelli can join us on the great stage to describe the gowns of the semi-finalists.
We love you!
First, let me say how absolutely spine-chilling it is to be here on this occasion to describe the frightful fashions which I am sure will start a new trend in graveyard attire from coast to coast. The judges really have my sympathy in the all but impossible task of scoring the contestants in the costume category.
Thank you, Madam Scaramelli. And now, without further ado, we proudly present our first contestant, Miss Schrotzberg!
Miss Schrotzberg is wearing a lovely white sheath with long, flowing sleeves, artfully slit to display her skeleton arms and bony shoulders. This full-length shroud falls full and free from the shoulders, and its simplicity is broken only by the patches of mold in muted tones of grey and green. Miss Schrotzberg's headdress is classical in style, with a single headdress supporting the jaw muscles, a truly delightful touch reminiscent of the bubonic plague era. The entire creation is simple but elegant in cut and design, and Miss Schrotzberg looks as though she had just stepped out of her own mausoleum.
The next aspirant for the Frankenstein crown, Miss Tombstone Territory!
We love you!
Tombstone territory parades across the stage in an exact replica of a grave marker circa 1800. Fashioned of marbleized white paper and lightweight cardboard construction, the tombstone completely covers the contestant from her head to her knees. This dramatic treatment of the shift is truly unusual, and we believe an extra round of applause should go to Miss Tombstone territory.
Oh, folks, I told you we would have our fair share of thrills tonight. The next contestant, Miss Vampire Village!
Miss Vampire Village is wearing a dramatic black velvet sheath with enormous bat-like wings strapped to her wrists to give her peculiar floating motion as she weaves and twists her way across the stage. The back motif is repeated with a close-fitting hood, which serves to accentuate her most outstanding feature, the long protruding from her upper jaw.
From the haunted hills and hollows of the Old South, please welcome Miss Swampland!
Miss Swampland is the very picture of old Okefenokee itself, the haunt of the alligator, the snake, and the lizard. Her gown is of basic bark cloth, and her slender legs and feet are encased in a dark, red, hairy fabric, suggestive of cypress roots. Her arms are festooned with flowing draperies of Spanish moss, and her headdress bears the Swampland family crest, the head of an alligator. Coiled about her throat is a charming necklace of two deadly water moccasins. This is altogether as striking a costume as one might hope to see.
Next contestant, Miss District of Columbia!
I cannot find words to describe the creation worn by Miss District of Columbia. The basic one-piece skeleton coverall is girdled by a wire frame from which are suspended 6 skulls, souvenirs of this intrepid grave robber. Over one shoulder she carries the tool of her trade, a silver spear, and over the other shoulder she carries a large gun sack, from which protrudes the head of her most recent victim.
Our next contestant, Miss Mummyopolis!
In the classic costume of the dead pharaohs, swathed from head to foot in ceremonial wrappings turned brown from centuries of entombment within the pyramids. She gropes her way across the stage with sightless eyes. We can well imagine the shriveled face and withered limbs beneath these ancient burial wrappings. Truly, Miss Mummyopolis claims to be the best dressed mummy of the century.
Miss Bloody Bluffs!
Here, the American Indian motif takes over. Buckskin, bead, and blackbooks. The supernatural element, however, is immediately apparent in the headdress, which consists of a brilliantly feathered arrow stuck directly through the contestant's cranium. On her right hand, Miss Betty Bluffs carries a most interesting accessory, a scalp, which looks to our unpracticed eye as though it had just come off the nearest page.
And the last of our semi-finalists, Miss Huntsville, USA!
The traditional ghostly garments associated with haunts the world over. Her gown, however, is richly ornamented with a black skull and crossbones design, and her accessories consist of a double girdle of chains extending well below the hemline and trailing along behind her. The highlight of this spectral ensemble, which is equally suited to castle or cottage, is the illuminated headdress. A flashlight, cunningly concealed within the cowl neckline, gives an unearthly glow to Miss Huntsville's well-modeled skeleton face. And now, Mr. Monster of Ceremonies, I turn the microphone over to you.
What do you say to a great big hand for this little lady who has done such a fabulous job with these children? Category, we may proceed with the talent show. Our first contestant, known and beloved by followers of cowboy movies the world over, I present to you Miss Tombstone Territory! College, where she is currently majoring in biochemistry, she will be performing an experiment whereby she changes water into blood. Miss Vampire Village! Our third performing artist is that darling of the Deep South, Miss Swampland!
Miss Swampland! Oh my god, what's she gonna do with the snake? Wow! She's turning it!
A recent graduate of Old Scratch Academy and currently enrolled in Casket Conservatory, she will be favoring us with a musical selection. Miss Strasburg!
What's she gonna do?
Our next contestant asks for the cooperation of the audience. Can I have 2 volunteers, please?
Me, I wanna go.
Come up. See, we have a young lady and a gentleman. Our next contestant, endowed with the mystic powers of the supernatural, Miss Huntsville!
I must ask for absolute quiet while I conduct my experiments. As you know, I have seen neither of these young people before, but I shall ask both of them to gaze into my magic mirror. And subject their minds and their wills to my controlling force. Step forward, young lady, and tell us your name.
My name is Layan,
How old are you?
13.
When next you speak, you'll be 99 years old and affected with bruises. You'll ask me to rub your aches and pains away. Speak!
My back. I have a terrible pain in my back. And my neck. My neck is killing me. Please, Miss Huntsville, rub my back.
You will wake up now and be yourself again. Well, how do you feel? Fine?
Thank you.
No aches or pains?
Of course not.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, our young gentleman, step forward, please. How old are you?
14.
When I clap my hands 3 times, you are 4 years old and you're having a temper tantrum. That's enough. When I clap my hands 3 times, you will be yourself again. But when I cough, you will go over and kick the monster of ceremonies in the shins until I sneeze.
When do we start to be gaps? When do I get hypnotized?
I'm sorry, young man. I have such a bad cold that I can't perform my act.
I thought I was going to be hypnotized.
Better luck next time.
That's amazing.
Thank you very much for your cooperation. You may be seated.
What do you say to a great big hand for Miss Huntsville? Our next contestant, Miss Bloody Bluffs. She will be demonstrating the uncanny skill which made her the monster of the Bloody Bluffs massacre.
Try again.
Yeah!
The variety of talent we see here never ceases to amaze me. Our next contestant, Miss District of Columbia. She will be introducing us to the secret society of Ghouls Anonymous by presenting the ritual and theme song of that royal order, Ghoul. magic number, we will switch up the pace with Miss Mummyopolis and her mind-reading act. We already have an usher getting ready to be staged in the audience to challenge Miss Mummyopolis with articles inspired from the guest. Miss Mummyopolis!
I am ready. I am ready.
I have a lady, Miss Mummyopolis. Can you identify the subject?
I think I hear a faint ticking. Is it a watch?
It is! I have a gentleman, Miss Mummyopolis. What am I holding up?
I'm not sure. I get the feeling of some kind of animal. A cow, or maybe a pig, or even an ostrich. Could it be something made of leather?
Correct!
A wallet, for instance?
Correct, it is a wallet.
Wow! How did you do that?
I have a lady, Miss Mummyopolis. What am I holding in my hand?
I get the feeling of something soft and silky. Something light and filmy like fur. But lighter than fur, more like silk. I should say it is a scarf.
Correct!
I am so sorry to interrupt this fascinating demonstration of your skill, Miss Mummyopolis, but we must proceed. Since we have concluded with the talent show, we may now proceed with the final act of the Panic City pageant with the selection of Miss Frankenstein. The judges have already retired to confer on their selection. Any one of these four weirdies might wear the Frankenstein crown with honor. Now, folks, we proudly present Miss Witch of Wichita, the current wearer of the Frankenstein crown.
Before I transfer my royal robes and golden crown to one of the fantastic creatures we have met this evening, I would like to tell you what this wonderful year as Miss Frankenstein has meant to me. I have flown over every corner of the globe, scaring the wits out of hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children. I have swooped over the chimney pots of London, circled the rooftops of Paris. I have peered through windows of old castles and rattled my bony fingers on the doorways of cottages. I have swirled through dust storms on the Sahara and slithered through icy fields on the frozen north. But everywhere I have met with the same reception. Shrieks of terror. I cannot tell you what it has meant to me and what it will mean to my successor. It is good to know that in these days of atomic missiles and hydrogen bombs that people are still afraid of a good old-fashioned spook. When I go back to Wichita, I promise you, I will never forget this wonderful year and all you wonderful, wonderful haunted horrors who made it possible. I thank you.
Well, folks, when the curtains open, you will behold Miss Frankenstein on her crown, ready to bestow the golden crown and the golden orb and any one of these four weirdies that are being selected by the judges at this very moment. Mr. Satan will take care of that report.
Let me first say that this has been a most terrifying experience. Select four finalists from this array of horrible talent. It is no small task. But we have done our best. I will ask Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, to announce the finalists. Well, I think your Mr. Hyde personality would be one.
Very well, I am really more comfortable this way. Our first finalist, Miss Vampire Village. second finalist, Miss Tombstone Territory. Number 3 in our final lineup, Miss Stroudsburg. And finally, number 4, Miss Swampa. I am sure your applause will tell us to approve our selection.
There's no doubt about it. The audience is with you 100% of the way there. But folks, before we make our final selection, there's yet one more hurdle these beauties have to pass. With a question and answer quiz. Mr. Frankenstein himself holds it. The skull which holds the questions. Are you ready, Frank?
I am quite ready. Mr. Hyde and Mr. Satan will step into the wings and do their final vote. I will score my ballots as we proceed. I will now ask each of our contestants to choose a question at random. Please choose them carefully and take plenty of time before you answer them. First of all, Miss Tombstone Territory.
My question is, in your opinion, what is the gravest problem a modern ghost or goblin must face in our present-day society? Well, I think the gravest problem a modern ghost has to face is a problem of housing. With all the modern buildings going up and the scarcity of mansions, castles, private estates, it is hard for a ghost to find a good place to haunt. If I'm selected as Miss Frankenstein, I will use my influence to try to preserve all the houses I find with suitable cellars, attics, secret staircases, and hidden rooms. Better housing for haunts will be my slogan.
Now, Miss Vampire Village.
Do you feel that movies and television are helping or harming your profession? This is a hard question to answer. In one way, the movies and television are helping the professional haunts by giving us new ideas for horror techniques. I must say I have benefited firstly from watching Bela Lugosi on the screen. In the few times that I've gone to a midnight horror show, I confess I was kicked right out of my wits. But on the other hand, these productions are making the general public so accustomed to blood and gore that it's becoming harder and harder to scare. Only last week, when I flew into the bedroom of a teenager, I had a terrible time convincing her she was not watching a late show. All in all, I'd say it's about 50-50, for us and against us.
And now, Miss Vampire, there are 2 questions left. Which will you choose?
What is your opinion of higher education for schools? Oh, well, I'm all for education. The higher the better. My own studies at the Institute of Advanced Psychology have undoubtedly helped me in my career, and I would advise every aspiring student to be at least a seminary graduate. Some of my young friends at Cemetery Seminary and Satan Seminary are doing extremely well and plan to go on to Scorpion Academy or Gallows Institute. No spectre today can hope to be successful without at least a year of higher education. Oh, please do. I'm so nervous.
Well, when you get married, who will be the boss? You.
Oh, you silly. Oh, well, that depends on the husband. If he were the strong, masterful type like you, or like anyone of the 2 marvelous judges, I would never attempt to boss. But if you were just a spineless spirit with no will of his own, well, then maybe it would be a different story.
And now, back to the master of the ceremonies.
What a display of wit and intelligence we have witnessed here this evening. Any one of these 4 weirdies might wear the Frankenstein crown with honor, but alas, only one shall be chosen. In just a moment, the judges will return with the envelope which will decide this tremendous issue. As you all know, the first 3 names will constitute the new code of honor, and the last name will be that of our new Miss Frankenstein. One moment.
Here is the envelope in which Frankenstein will be chosen.
You must excuse me, I am so nervous. And our first lady in waiting, Miss Swampland! Second lady in waiting, Miss Tombstone Territory! Now folks, can you hear the heartbeats of the last two contestants?
Who's gonna win? I don't know. Oh my god! I can hear it!
And our third runner-up, Miss Strasbourg! And here you have her, folks, this year's new Miss Frankenstein!
Congratulations, Miss Vampire Phyllis. You are even more horrid than I would have dared imagine.
Oh dear, everyone has been so wonderful, I can't believe it.
Your royal robe. Your golden orb. And now, most royal symbol of all, the crown. I hereby crown you Miss Frankenstein of 2017.
No, they have to do the balance. Yeah, I do.